Meowdy, everyone. Hello, welcome. So, we have a new community pit stop, and it's a bit of a doozy. This one, it's interesting. I've already read it all. I got surprised with this last night. This isn't the one I was expecting. I was expecting nerfs and buffs. The nerfs and buffs one, I will be doing like a reaction to it and discussing it as we go. But this one, I just couldn't resist. I did read ahead. I did highlight some things, and I've already. I'm assuming everybody's read it. Like I've seen all your feedback in the Discord, everyone's comments and thoughts and opinions. And look, I understand them all. It's the majority of the update is actually relatively good. It's just a couple of small things that could be changed to make it better, because the small things that are the bad part is like really bad. So we'll get into it. I'm going to assume everybody's read it all, but we may as well just go through it. Hey Speedstars, we're back with another community pit stop. Today we're introducing an exciting new feature based on the community's valuable feedback. Tournaments. Now, I don't know who was asking for this. It's definitely not my feedback. This whole tournament's idea, we'll get into it. I don't think anybody was really asking for it. Maybe a few people were asking for it. It's a really good change. It's actually quite a shocking change. The reason I don't think people were asking for it is because they're being too generous with this. It's almost like we did not expect this. We honestly thought the people who missed previous seasons would be left in the dust. So it's really interesting. Read on to find out more about it. So I've marked this in green. Tournaments are a way to access content from previous seasons through multiple from multi-stage racer tournaments and earn seasonal themed trophies, rewards from previous golden passes via the new vault passes. So basically, it's essentially just you get the rewards from the previous seasons, the previous season passes. Like, that is amazing. This little part of the pit stop is actually fantastic. I think this is a great addition. You don't need to pay money for this. There is a free track for it. It might say here, oh no, coming up. The game's new. Okay, so there'll be a world map, and it'll take you to the current season as well as the previous tournaments, which is the previous seasons. During Season 7, tournaments inspired by Monsters, Inc., Toy Story, Lilo and Stitch, and then they'll add more in a later date. So they're adding the first 3 this season. If I had to guess, I reckon the first 3 would be in Season 7. And then in Season 8, they could do Aladdin, Frozen, and The Little Mermaid. And then in Season 9, I reckon in Season 9, they might just do Wreck-It Ralph. So next season will be Wreck-It Ralph. It's Season 7. I reckon they won't do the previous season. They won't add the previous season to the next season. I think they'll just like skip one. We'll have to wait and see how they're going to do it. But I still think this is a fantastic choice regardless, because there's so much content just in these 3 or even 6, if you include the first 6. So I think it's a fantastic choice to do this. I think give us more rewards. Like, that's amazing. In a tournament, each racer from that season has a set of racer tournaments. Each racer tournament will consist of 4 races. This is one small little thing that I've marked in yellow. Players can play any tournament for the races they have unlocked. So the small issue with this is not a way for you to unlock races, because if you don't have them, you obviously won't be able to do it. And I'm not sure, this is what we're going to have to work out when we get into the season, because the Vault Pass, if it's going to be the exact same pass as the Season 1 pass, well, that would mean that we're going to get shards for Mike and Sully because they were in the Golden Pass. Is that how it's going to work? If I only have Celia and Randall and I do these tournaments and I unlock levels in the Vault Pass, will I be able to unlock Mike and Sully for free? Or maybe not even for free. Like, will I be able to unlock them at all? I don't know. Because it's hard to imagine that they wouldn't allow you to play the tournaments that you don't have the races for, but then they're just going to give you the shards for a couple of them. It feels a bit weird. I don't know how they're going to do it. We're going to have to wait and see. They honestly might not even give us shards for characters. It might just be upgrade coins. I don't know. I have no idea. I believe they also said there's a special cart skin. I don't know what this is, but if this is what we've been asking for, like I have been asking for a black and gold cart skin to go with the black and gold skins from the from the past, obviously. So if these are matching skins, I really hope it is. But yeah, we don't exactly know. It's a little upsetting. If you don't have Sully, you know, it's going to be tricky. If you don't have Buzz, if you don't have Stitch, it's the small downside, but it's better than nothing. We didn't expect this event to come at all, I suppose. So you can still play for free. You don't even need to do it, really, but you will get free rewards in the end. I think it's good. I don't think there's not necessarily anything bad with this. In each tournament, players will earn vault points and trophies based on their placement. Players must place at least third. So that's nice. You don't even need to win to get points. You just got to come third. So they're being very generous here. And I've marked the first two as green because, you know, level 10 and level 20 should be attainable for a majority of the characters. Level 30, though, is going to be a little bit tricky, especially for Sully. If you've just unlocked Sully, or even if you don't have him, if you're working towards Sully, it's going to be very tricky for you to get level 30. But the good news is, and the reason it's not marked in red, is because we will have unlimited time to do these. Yes, you will get one attempt. I assume you get one attempt unless you pay. I'm not sure. But as far as I can see, I think they're staying permanently. Like these tournaments will be here permanently. So yeah, there's no real like rush. There's no rush. You know, free content. I think it's great. Players will earn a bronze, silver, gold. Makes sense. It looks pretty cool. I like it. I like the aesthetic. I like the little trophies. This apparently, as AJ said in Discord, this apparently will be the single player content, and I think that's good. Yeah, I mean, the season tour previously was supposed to be the single player content, but you know, this is adding to it. I think it's fantastic. I think give us more single player content that's not like ranked and events and stuff that just ends. Give us more replayable stuff. So I think it's good. All tournaments will have a common tries. Here we go. Players who have not purchased a Vault Pass will have 4 tickets available to them across the tournaments. If a player has purchased a Vault Pass, they will have unlimited tickets. I don't know what this means. I'm assuming this means that if you pay money to unlock the premium vault, you just get unlimited attempts? Is that what that means? I mean, I suppose fair's fair. Like, if you're gonna be paying money, you don't need to pay money. And like 4 tickets, I'm assuming that means 4 tickets a day. If that's only 4 tickets, 4 tickets for the whole season or whole time, that's probably not going to be good. I don't know what the tickets are for. Do we know what they're for? Gain Vault Pass to unlock Vault rewards by reaching... I don't exactly understand it. We're going to have to wait and see, but I think if you can get 4 tickets or 4 attempts daily for every character, that's good. Hopefully that's what it is. I'm really, really hoping that's what it is. So let's move on quickly to the Vault Pass. Each previous season's tournaments will be attached to a Vault Pass, which will bring back rewards. Fantastic. Players will advance in Vault Pass by participating tournaments tied to that season and earning Vault points. Awesome. Similar to the Golden Pass, the Vault Pass will have both free and premium. This makes sense. As much as it sucks that you have to pay for premium, it makes sense. If the game... it's essentially bringing back the Golden Pass from previous ones. You had to pay... Did you have to pay in season 1? I actually don't remember. I'm pretty sure you had to pay back in those seasons anyway. So it's like, if they're going to bring them back with all the rewards exactly how it was, you'd have to pay anyway. So for the premium. So it makes sense. Like, this isn't necessarily a negative. You don't have to do it. It's not going to, this is just extra content, So if you would have paid money anyway, if you played in season 1 and you were going to pay money anyway, then that's essentially probably what this is. Each season's Vault Pass will have similar rewards to the season's original Gold Pass, including Racer and Crew unlocks and vanity items, as well as a new exclusive kart colors. I hope this is good. I hope these kart colors are good. Okay, so apparently we will be getting Racer Shards. So this makes me confused. If I only have Celia and Randall, if I have Celia, Randall, and Mike, and I pay money on this, will I be able to get the premium rewards, which might give me Sully shards, to then allow me to do the Sully tournament? Because if that's the case, that's fantastic. But if not, then that's a little sad, because it's just hindering people, and it's going to be very hard to get these epic characters. Hopefully, the same rewards from the previous seasons are exactly in the past. So that way, you can just, and hopefully it doesn't take too long to reach these shards. Hopefully it's not at level 50, because then it's going to be literally impossible unless you have the characters. We'll have to wait and see. Is that everything about this? Okay, that's pretty much everything. The premium track will cost that much. I'm assuming it's the exact same price as it would have been, allowing you to skip 15 tiers. I think that's fine. It's exactly how it was. I don't think there will be... no, there won't be like a level 50 tier credit thing. No. So yeah, it's going to be exactly how it was, pretty much. I think this is fantastic. This is probably like 75% of the content that has been added in this community pit stop, and I think the 75% of it is fantastic. That is fantastic. I can't stress it enough. Like, free content and more rewards and single player content, and people, like, you know what this means? This means that people who are joining now can now actually catch up in progression. Because yes, it's going to take a little bit for you to get these characters, but once you do, you have a chance of catching up, because we've been saying for a while now, if you start a few seasons behind, you will always be behind. That's how the game works, because you will always be behind in progression, and you basically cannot catch up unless you spend money. So this is a very nice addition and allows people to actually catch up. Although it does make me wonder, for someone like me who started in season 3, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to rebuy or just re-get all the rewards from the Lilo and Stitch collection? Because if that's the case, then it means that early access players will be even further ahead. Do you know what that mean? You know what I mean? Because if you started in season 1 and you've already gotten all these rewards, can you still get them? This is another question that we'll have to figure out once we get in, because it's either going to say, oh, you can't do it because you've already gotten all these rewards from like the previous pass. Maybe they have that all backed up and saved. I don't know. Or maybe they'll just let you get it all again. I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work. It's going to be really interesting. So it's good. There's a few little minor flags, but I think fantastic overall. What do you guys think? Let me know. I don't really see anybody complaining about the tournaments. So I do believe everybody, we're all thinking the same thing. But this is where it gets really bad, and it's rough. Let's just read it. Starting in season 7, significant structural changes will be coming to the Golden Pass and season 2. A high-level summary of changes are found below. We encourage you to read everything. It's interesting how they say we encourage you to read everything, and yet we still have so many questions. Like, out of everything they've said, they've even tried to go into a lot of detail in this one, but it's still not enough detail, because we're still going, what about this? What about this? What about this? Like, ugh. just give us more detail, apparently. Our goals with the changes are... So I've highlighted these in green, because if these are their goals, these are really fantastic goals. And I keep saying that word a lot because I can't think of any other word. Make our golden passes more engaging and faster to complete for players. I think that's a fantastic goal. That should be... That is good. Because as they say later down the track, that only like 10 or 15% of people have been able to complete the golden pass. So making it faster and easy to complete is fantastic. Allow players to focus more on which races they wish to unlock via the golden passes. I don't know what this means. Allows players to focus more on which races they wish to unlock via the golden pass. I think this is in reference to the epic crew members, the epic shards they'll be giving per golden pass. So later on the track we'll read it, but apparently they're going to be splitting character shards between the two golden passes. So this probably means that you can pick between which one you want if you only want a certain character. That's fine and all, but that's actually not a good thing. Like, allowing you to focus on, if that's what they're referring to, it's not a good thing. Overall, the goal is great, but I think the way they've executed it is probably not the greatest. But it is a nice goal regardless. So hopefully they can just, keep on with that goal and keep improving it. Give more rewards to players that can be used on any racer in the game. Obviously, this is the change to upgrade coins and materials. Hopefully they improve upon it even more, because it is really good. So here is the juicy stuff, the stuff that you probably want to hear my reactions for. The high-level summary of changes is below. Seasons will be split into 2 parts, approximately 1 month. So this is yellow. This is the first flag, a really, really big flag. So originally it would be 1 season. Originally it would be all just 1 part. It would go for about 60 days, and there would be 50 tiers. So now they're basically making it 100 tiers. They've basically added another golden pass onto it. So we've got the same golden pass with an extra one. And the problem with that is it means you now need to pay for 2. And, well, actually, we'll read the rest. But I'll tell you why it's an issue when we get there. Each part will contain 4 to 5 seasons. So this is interesting. I think this is a fine thing. It's not a bad thing. I don't even know why I've marked it green. So it either means that when season 7 starts, we're going to have 4 to 5 chapters unlocked already. That's how I read this. I read this as we're going to have 4 or 5 chapters unlocked straight away, because how else are they going to do? Are they still going to limit us? Because here's the thing. If they make it so that the first 2 chapters are unlocked, and then a week later we unlock chapter 3, and then a week after that we get chapter 4, and a week after that we get chapter 5. The problem with that means that you only have a week from chapter 5 until chapter 6, where part 2 will be introduced, to complete that chapter. And I'll tell you, we'll get to the bad stuff, and I'll explain it a lot better. Each part will have a golden pass track, which means there's now 100 tiers. So 100 tiers, more rewards. That's fantastic. So the 100 tiers of rewards to earn for free. So it's 100 for free. So presumably that means it's 200 for the golden pass, maybe? Yeah, something like that. 100, look, more rewards the better. Give me more rewards. I just hope they haven't split the rewards from the 1 season into the 2 seasons. So I hope they haven't halved our rewards. I hope it's actually more. Hopefully it's double the rewards from season 6. Tiers will now require 1,000 XP to complete and 50% drop, making rewards quicker to earn. The reason this is yellow is because they've reduced our time to complete 1 season by half, but they've also dropped the required XP by half. So it says here, making it quicker to earn, but in reality, it's the exact same amount of time. Do you get that? It's still 60 days. We have to do double the work in 60 days. So it only makes sense for them to halve the XP required. This makes sense. It's not necessarily a positive, it's expected. It would be a positive if it was a drop of 75%. You know what I mean? Because then it would be half of that. But it's not. So this just seems like it's going to be the exact same amount of time. It also makes me feel that once we get to the end, we're also just going to be able to get, excuse me. It feels like at the end, we're only going to get the same amount of credits for the season box, because usually you get about 10. Usually at the end of the season, if you've done all the challenges, you can probably get to level 60 and you can have 10 extra credits. I wouldn't be surprised if the highest tier that you can get to is 110, which is still an extra 10. So we'll have to see. And obviously you've got the money, which is obviously going to be the same. Golden passes will no longer be purchasable with tokens, only a direct purchase. Golden pass credits can still be used to unlock premium golden pass members. So this is ridiculous. So this is a massive red flag. This is why everyone's upset. All the tokens that people have bought or saved up, you cannot use them. They're completely useless. And I think that's sad because we didn't have any warning this was going to happen. There was no warning they were going to do this. And I think it's just a massive slap in the face. I feel like what they should have done, or what they should do, is actually rectify this and allow us, look, then they're not going to make it so that we can use our tokens. I guarantee you next season, if we complain a lot, maybe, if we give them feedback and say, hey, we should be able to spend our tokens on the Golden Pass, they might change it. But I think what they might do, or what they could do, is make it so that you only can get like maybe the first half. Maybe you can buy the first part of the season pass with tokens, and maybe the second part you have to pay with real money. Or maybe to compensate us, this is what I think they should do. Let us buy one golden pass credit. Let us buy one golden pass credit with 990 tokens. So that way, the people who have saved and have grinded this season in season 6 will get the season pass for free. They'll get one season pass for free. So it'll essentially be the exact same. Like, we didn't know they were going to add another season pass. So the fact that we shouldn't be demanding 2 season passes for free. If we can get one, like the first part of the season pass with 990 tokens, that's fair. Them adding more content and another season pass, in my opinion, that should cost obviously an extra 990. But I think the compensation they should give us is allow us to purchase one golden pass credit. What do you guys think? There's a lot of different ways they could do it. I actually watched Skyliner's video and I've completely forgotten his solution. I think his solution was like, don't allow these epic characters to be in events. So like Wreck-It Ralph and Vanellope and Calhoun, or whatever, the 3 epic characters. Essentially, if they're not going to be in events or requirements for events, I think that's his solution. I would love that. That could be another solution. I just don't know if they do that either. It's really, really stupid. This is a massive slap in the face. This is literally this has pretty much killed our hopes and dreams. It essentially means we can no longer grind for free. You can no longer play ranked and get one pass for free. And you really, like, it's sad, because if you did grind all 5 characters from this season to maybe 26, you'd probably only get about 1,000 tokens, maybe not even. I don't even know how many you'd get, because they've pretty much lowered the amount you get. But it would have been possible to at least get one golden pass for free. But because they've added another one, obviously you wouldn't get the second one for free, so you'd have to pay money. So they'd still be earning money. They'd still be getting this, you'd still have to pay, but you'd still at least be able to get one for free. But now they're not even allowing that. It's like, no, screw you guys. You're going to have to pay again. And everyone who's paid this season, who's saved up and they've paid or even just people who have paid in early access and still have tokens, you can't do it anymore. This premium currency that they've added can no longer be used for the actual friggin' pass. It's stupid. I don't know what they're going to do. We need to keep voicing our opinion on this. Hopefully they will change it. Hopefully they will allow us. Even if they they might allow us, but they might increase the price. I don't know. But I still think they need to do something, because this is really sad. This is not healthy for the game. It basically means free-to-play players can do nothing. Like, if you're a free-to-play player, you can't get these characters. That's actually another thing. If you're free-to-play, you cannot get the characters at all, because You might be able to, but it means you won't be able to pull on their season box because that only unlocks once you've unlocked them, which you're not going to be able to do because you don't have, because you're not going to be paying money and you're not going to be unlocking them in the premium golden pass. There is another way you might be able to get them, and that is, I believe it says somewhere here, after the season. Actually, where is it? Let me have a look. Players who purchase each what? I'm not gonna bring them. No, what? A new currency. I don't know where it is. Basically, I believe if you miss part 1, you're gonna get an unlock pack in the store that you can spend tokens on. But I guarantee you it's gonna be expensive. The unlock packs in the store are going to be expensive and they're not going to be nearly as worth it as like 990 tokens. So I don't know what they're going to do. It's a massive slap in the face of the community. They need to do something. This is the first bad thing. The second bad thing we're going to talk about in a second. We have noticed that since the game was released in early access, 83% of players do not reach tier 50. Well, I wonder why. Because if you cannot do all the nodes, then why would you keep playing? Like, if you can't do all the nodes, it's going to make it really difficult. Not only does it make it difficult, it lowers people's interest. It makes them sad. It makes them go, oh, I'm not going to be able to get everything. I'm going to stop playing. And they lose interest and they don't complete the friggin' pass. So, like, what do you expect? Like, they've got this right here is proof that their fucking model doesn't work. This is proof that people are losing interest. Literally, the battle pass of the game, no one can complete because people are losing interest. Why are they losing interest? Because their main frigging model of, oh my god, you can't do this node, you're going to have to pay us money to get the character. It doesn't work. People don't want to do that. So they leave. This is literal proof. And what is their solution? Let's have a look. This number is even higher for players who start later in the season. Yeah, I wonder why, because it's really goddamn difficult to start. If you start at the end of the season, it's really difficult to progress. So that's why these tournaments are actually a really good choice, a really good, fantastic addition, because it means if you do start later in the season, maybe you can get progression from previous seasons. So that's actually a small little thing that they have improved. Where was I up to? We aim to make both the season tour and by extension the golden pass faster to complete for players by dividing it into 2 separate parts of approximately 1 month each. Having a new part to focus on each month will give players something fresh and new to focus on at the midpoint of the season. This is fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. This is bullshit. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. We aim to make both the season tour and by extension the golden pass faster to complete for players by dividing it into 2. That doesn't make any fucking sense. How does dividing it into 2 make it faster to complete? Not only does it make it where is it? We aim to make both season tour and by extension the golden pass faster to complete, having a new season pool, having a new part to focus on. So, it's something fresh. It's something new. That'll totally make you come back and play. No, it won't. If you can't fucking complete it, like, you've halved our time to do it in half. If people can't do it in 60 days, they're not going to be able to do it in 30 days. Not only are they not going to be able to do one in 30 days, they're not going to be able to do the second one in 30 days. What? How backwards is this? It's like, oh my god. We're gonna keep player retention by making it so that we introduce a second pass. But oh my god, once the second pass comes out, you can't play the second one, which is down here, by the way. But players will not be able to access part 1, the part 1 season tour chapters after the conclusion of part 1. That is the next massive big issue here. So you only have 30 days to complete the first pass and 30 days to complete the second one, basically. That's so friggin' stupid. doesn't make any sense. Why is it locked? Why is this a thing? We'll come to that in a second. The season 2 will have a total of 9 to 10. That's fine. That's fantastic. I'm so glad they haven't reduced it to like 7 or 8 or 5. The chapters will be split between each part. You do not need to purchase the Golden Pass to access season 2 chapters. That's fantastic. But you cannot access part 1 once part 2 comes out. There will continue to be a racer available for free. Cool. There'll be 20 shards. All players are guaranteed to unlock this racer and can take them to 2 stars. We'll come back to that in a second. This is so friggin' stupid. Ugh. This is so dumb. This is so backwards. Players will not be able to access part 1 after the conclusion of part 1. Why? Excuse me, but why? Why the effing not? Why can't I just play part 1 and part 2? If I join the season in part 2, that means I've completely missed part 1. It's still the Wreck-It Ralph season, and I've completely missed all these Wreck-It Ralph rewards. I'm sorry, but it's not 2 seasons in 1. It's literally season 7. I don't know why they're splitting it into 2 mini seasons. Just make it 1 season. Make it so part 1 has 1 Golden Pass. Part 2 has another Golden Pass, or, chapters as well. Once you unlock the second one, part 1 still stays there. If you haven't finished part 1, go back and finish part 1. I don't understand why they're giving you half the amount of time to complete 50 tiers. It is freaking ridiculous. Like, here's the thing. Tiers will now require less. It's literally the exact same amount of time. So they've made it so that it's double the speed. Like, okay, you'll be able to complete 50 tiers faster, meaning you'll be able to actually do it in 30 days. But if 83% of people are still not doing it at the moment, then how does that fix the solution? You shouldn't be making it like it's literally going to take the exact same amount of time. To fix this solution, give us more time or make it even easier than what it is now. Don't make it the same. It's so stupid. So stupid. I can't understand how stupid they are. And then for some reason, for no reason, I have no idea why. Why does part 1 lock itself? Like, why can you not play part 1 once part 2 comes out? Literally the only reason is for money. Is they want your money. They want your attention to be in part 1, and then when part 2 comes out, they want you, on that one. But they want you to be like, oh my God, I need to play part 1, because if I don't finish part 1, I'm not going to get everything. That's not how you do it. You're slapping us in the face here with oh my God. This is so dumb. It's so dumb, man. This number's not going to change. This 83 is going to get worse. If you want this number to go down, if you actually want people to complete the Golden Pass, which they don't, by the way, they do not want people to complete the Golden Pass. The less people that complete the Golden Pass, the more money they can get. Because the less progression you're getting. So therefore you're incentivized to pay more. They don't want people to friggin' level up. I'm sorry, but this is a blatant lie. This is the truth, but it's also what's the word where it's it's a truth, but they're also tricking you. It's a trick. It's not faster. The progression is not faster because there's more you have to do. I'm speechless. I can't believe this. Golden passes, yeah. The premium pass will no longer be purchasable by tokens. It will only be available as a direct purchase. Yeah. Each part's Golden Pass will have the same number of tiers as the full season-long passes is available, so players can earn double the rewards. So you get double the rewards, right? You get double the rewards, but you also have to pay double the price. It makes sense. It's not a bad thing. It just sucks that you cannot, spend tokens. Spending twice as much for twice the amount of rewards, I think that's fine. That's acceptable. It makes sense. It's a shame there's no deal to buy. It's a shame there's no deal to buy part 1 and part 2 for a slightly less price, because that's what you should do. Make it so that part 1 and part 2 combined is 15. So this is $9.99 plus another $9.99 will be $20. pretty much, for 2 parts. Just make it 15 for both of them. Like, if you're in part 1, give us an option to be like, do you want to buy part 2 for a small discount? Like, that's what they should do, but they're not going to do that. So yeah, double the rewards, but half the time, but also it's double the speed of doing it. So it's literally the exact same amount of time. So therefore, it's not going to help anyone. There's still going to be an 83%. There's still going to be 83% of people not completing it. And there's probably going to be less because people are going to look at all of these changes, like not being able to use tokens and all of this shit here. People are going to look at it and be like, oh, I'm not playing this game anymore. And that's going to go up to like 90. Like, if you want that number to go down, make it easier and make it appealing. Like, make people feel like, I can do this. If people feel like I cannot complete the pass, well, then they're going to leave. Like, literally, that's proof right there that people are leaving. And they're like, oh, let's just not make it easier. Let's pretend we're making it easier, but it's actually the same. That's literally what they've done. It's so freaking stupid. Do they think we're stupid? Oh my God. Players will now have 100 tiers compared to 50 tiers. The amount of XP required for each tier up until 49 is also being reduced from 2,000 to 1,000. Exactly the same amount of time that's going to take to do everything. So players should be able to complete the pass in half the time. No. The amount of XP required to complete the repeatable tier of the Golden Pass will increase incrementally. I mean, this is the same as it's always been. 49. Levels 1 to 49 is going to take half the amount of time to do, but we have half the amount of time to do it anyway. It's like, if we had 60 days to do this, then we'd be able to do it in 30 days, but we literally only have 30 days. So it's so fuck. I just keep repeating myself. Hopefully you're understanding this. The free track of the Golden Pass will contain 30 shards, meaning that at the 2 stars if you earn all the unlockable shards across the 2 passes. So here's the issue with this. It says here you can take them to 2 stars if you earn all the unlockable shards across the 2 passes. And also each part's premium Golden Pass will feature 2 different races. Players who purchase each part's premium Golden Pass will unlock enough to unlock them. Oh, here we go. Sorry. If you join after the conclusion of part 1, the racer featured in that pass will be available at the shop. But what happens to part 2? Like, what happens if you join after the conclusion? So here's the thing. If you join in part 2, this is their solution. Oh, we'll just put them in the shop to pay money at probably at a higher price. So we're going to just punish you for joining later. And I guarantee you, if you miss part 2, I mean, obviously, if you miss part 2, it's not going to be in the store next season. What was I going to say? This means that at the minimum, all players are guaranteed to unlock this racer and can take them to 2 stars. So in Season 7, there will be 20 shards available from Part 1 chapters and 20 more from Part 2 chapters. So if they're talking about the free racer, if it's a free racer, that means yes, it is doable. Here's the issue though. If you don't get the 20 shards, if you somehow if you only get 10, if you only get 5, I don't know. If you miss the rewards in part 1, you can't take them to 2 stars. You'll be able to unlock them in part 2, but because part 1 locks out, you can't get all the rewards. I don't understand. The solution is simple. The solution for all of this is fantastic with 2 issues. There's 2 issues here. 3 issues. There's technically 3 issues. The first one is Golden Passes will no longer be purchasable by tokens. I think this is dumb. They have to change this or make it so that you can spend them with tokens. Maybe they're going to increase the price. Maybe they're going to maybe they could make it so you can buy Golden Pass credits. I don't know. I don't know what they could do. But this should not be how it is, because we were not prepared for this. We didn't know this was going to happen. People have already spent money on their tokens for next season. If you've already spent money for your tokens, why should you have to pay again? Not only do you have to pay again, by the way, if you're someone that likes to get everything, you're going to be paying for the first part of the pass, the second part of the pass, and you're probably also going to be paying for the tournaments. If you're someone that wants all this stuff as well, like me, for instance, I'm a content creator. I love this game. I want to get everything that I can. I'm going to have to pay 5 times. I'm going to have to literally pay for Monsters Inc., Toy Story, probably Lilo and Stitch if they allow me to get that again. And then I got to pay for 2 passes. How much money do they want here? It's so friggin' ridiculous. And I can't get any of that for free anymore. So free-to-play players are screwed. Fix that. Second thing, I don't mind this being divided by 2, but do not lock the first part after the second part gets released. How friggin' dumb do you have to be to make that decision? Oh, yeah, we're going to make it so part 1... No! How does that go through your brain? Why would you do that? Imagine if this season, the Little Mermaid season, imagine if you couldn't do the first 5 chapters right now. We're almost at the end of the season, and you can't do the first 5 chapters. That is so friggin'... Not only is it dumb, but sometimes people go back to those previous chapters because they want to like redo that mission, or maybe that mission is actually good for a certain challenge. You know how sometimes you get challenges where it's like, do 50 aerial stunts with this character. Well, you could just go back to a couple of chapters where they have a track that has a lot of bounce pads in the air or whatever it's called, and you can do it on that. Now you won't be able to because 5 of the chapters are locked. I don't understand why this is a thing. So fix number 2, don't lock the first part of the season tour. Just have both of them. Just have them run consecutively in part 2. Like once the second part unlocks, you unlock a second golden pass. Make it so there's 2 passes going. It'll be complicated, but it'll be better than this. And of course, the third issue they need to fix is this: the 83% of players. So making it reducing the amount that it costs by half is not enough to fix the issue of people not completing the pass, because it's the exact same amount of time. Double the rewards, double the progression, but faster to get there. It's basically literally the exact same amount. So literally 83% of people are still not going to be able to finish it. So make it even faster. Make it even faster, or just make it so that you don't need certain characters in the season tour. Make it so that it's just Wreck-It Ralph characters for certain nodes, for all the nodes. Just make it so it's Wreck-It Ralph. Make it so Wreck-It Ralph can go on every single node, but there's other characters here and there. It's like, hey, you could also use Toy Story for this one. You could also use this character for this one. Oh, but what's that? You don't have Oswald. You do this node. That's okay. You can use a Wreck-It Ralph character. That's what they need to do. They need to fix this 83% as well. That's the third thing they need to fix. Thank you for watching. There's my thoughts. I think everything is fantastic except for this, and this. No, this one down here. All right here on the screen that you can see right now. These 3 things are the big oofs. They're going to be fixed. So let's just, please, do not be, another thing I should say, please do not be rude or mean to the community managers in Discord. AJ and Flowery and who is it, Tio, they're just the messenger. They do not make these decisions. They do not change anything. They're not devs, essentially. The people behind the scenes, the higher ups, they've made these choices, and they're the ones we should be angry at. Please give your feedback in the Discord. Go to their Discord, go to the feedback section. Don't be rude, because they won't listen to rude feedback. Just give constructive criticism about all of this, and hopefully they will listen to us, because we've only got about a week left until next season. If you would like to see changes, we need everyone to be talking about it, because that's the only way we're going to be able to get this changed, because otherwise a lot of people are just going to leave. Everyone I have seen have said if they don't fix it, they're going to leave. We're going to see what happens. Thank you so much for watching. Those are my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed. Yeah, there's going to be 2 more community pit stops coming up. One for nerfs and buffs, I presume. and one for something else. I'm not sure, but I'm excited for those. But I really do think these changes will get some sort of fix, because I can't see them releasing it in this state, because this is literally going to kill the game. It's going to kill the love. Well, I mean, the love. Do people even love this game anymore? I don't know. It's going to make it worse. Ciao, ciao, meow, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment. Leave me your thoughts. I'd love to know what you all think. I'm assuming I know what you're going to say, but leave it anyway. Thank you so much. See you all. Bye.